Hello and welcome to the Intercontinental Group of Awesome. I am Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and I am the GM or MC of our ongoing series of Project Lycra, which is like Masks a New Generation is our inspiration for it. So powered by the Apocalypse game about superheroes and their lives. We are in Halcyon City, although if you are a superhero RPG aficionado, you might know that our map is kind of sort of Freedom City from a whole other superhero RPG because I like to mix and match. And also, Magpie has never released an actual map of Halcyon City. They're never going to, I don't think, because that's just not part of their ethos of how to present RPGs. And that's totally cool. I just like maps. So we are right in the middle of this series. So let's jump over and meet our characters. First, we have the game's designer for the playtest and good buddy, Jen. Jen, please introduce yourself and your character.
Hey, I'm Jen Kitzman. I've been working on Project Lycra for a year and a half now? Something like that? I have no idea. And I am playing Seraph, aka Ashley Banner. She's the Paragon and is living a little bit of a double life with a civilian identity as Ashley Banner, running around as a session musician, and then a lot of her other time is spent as Seraph, a member of the Halcyon City Guardians, flying around with heavy-duty, half-angel powers, being quite hard to keep down.
Cool. Thank you very much, Jen. Next, we have Jan. Jan, please introduce yourself and your character.
Hi. I'm Jan from Belgium. I will be playing Atlas, aka Marcus Meyer. He is the changed playbook. He was changed by the Hanover Institute after he had a debilitating disease, and then became a big, strong powerhouse. He has a small girlfriend, small compared to him because he's 7.5 foot tall, and sometimes summons a magical sword, which he picked up 5 years ago. His XP triggers are when you embrace your change in service of your heroics, gain 1 XP, and when you suffer from prejudices that your teammates do not, gain 1 XP. And that's it.
Thank you very much, Jan. Next, we have Alex. Alex, please introduce yourself and your character.
Hi, I'm Alex, residing in Norway. I am playing Armature, aka Unisha Opal. She's a former child prodigy tech wizard who has solved the problem of her missing limbs from a landmine as a child with whiz-bang prosthetic tentacles that form limbs as she needs them. And she has her own lab and a personal assistant who is an AI hive tentacle robot thing, Project Diffuse, who used to be kind of a ex-supervillain. And her XP triggers are when she engages her flair for genius in the service of heroics and absolutely failing at some ordinary interpersonal interaction.
Thank you, Alex. Last but certainly not least, we have Tyler. Please introduce yourself and your character.
Hi there, I'm Tyler. I'm playing the Reverend Horace Hazard, sometimes called the Demon Deacon, and he is a West Texas evangelist who, as some evangelists are, did not practice what he preached, and he was a bit of a hard-drinking, partying sort who eventually began to consort with the underworld demons and devils. This has led him to terrible trouble, and he has been on the move ever since, because often these demonic creatures ask him for favors. But once he found this team in Halcyon City, he decided to stay, and as has quite literally happened, he has been battling the demons within since being here. My XP triggers are, when you resist the temptation to do something corrupt, I gain XP, and I can get rid of it if I just wallow in my sins. And when you confront a villain who used to be an ally, I gain an XP, and I could get rid of that with when I collaborate with a villain that used to be an ally.
Thank you very much, Tyler. I appreciate it. I'll take control back. Haha. Here we are. So we are picking up some time after the giant kaiju threat that all of you have defeated. Now, there were some investigation to try to figure out where that came from. And that might be something that you guys want to touch upon. But we're going to open up specifically in what kind of looks like a downtime scene, because we are at Crazy Harry's gently used auto lot. Reverend Hazard, you are there with a very unassuming looking Ashley Banner. How is it that Reverend Hazard is dressed in order to purchase this replacement vehicle for his now dead town car?
I think that going out to buy a car, he's probably dressing to impress as much as possible. He still has on his long brown overcoat, but underneath he has one of his finest salmon suits, and has a light blue dress shirt and a nicely striped salmon and green tie. And he is preparing to go into negotiations, which is one of the things he's better at.
Nice. And then Ashley Banner, we normally see you as Seraph, but you are out here to help assist or just pass time with Reverend Hazard. How are you dressed? What do we see? How has the artist drawn you?
Yeah, I'm dressed up a little business because I'm just following the Reverend's lead here. So, probably a pair of like deep maroon slacks, button-up shirt, burgundy jacket, sort of a deal.
Cool. And what we have here with this gently used car lot is just rows upon rows of cars, late model, older. Prices are, behind in the windshield, right on the dashboard. Yeah, on the dashboard kind of deal. And a few of them have the years listed. You got those kind of streamers with the different multicolored triangles that come over that are all hanging around. And there's some sales folk that kind of mill around. There's a office in case you need to talk to the manager. Bunting? Okay, awesome. I love it.
Yeah, that's what the string triangles. That's what
it's called. Bunting? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think if I'd said bunting, no one would have known. That is such a rare, I've never heard. I'm totally gonna. That's awesome that Jen knows words. Thank you for teaching me that. I will put it away.
Just put it in that brain case there.
I shall. Is this a weekend thing, I assume, since you guys are pretty busy folks?
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it's kind of a weekend. You see some other folks are out here browsing. What is it that that Reverend Hazard is drawn to? Is there any particular car that he's got his eyes on? And does he head for that one, or does he kind of pretend that he's going for a different kind of car first? What's the angle here? Because you have a feeling you see a guy in a 3-piece suit, very slick, kind of silvery looking 10-gallon hat. He might be Crazy Harry himself. He is briskly walking his way over towards you guys. So what has Reverend Hazard, what's he standing by? What's he doing?
Well, I've definitely moved towards the late model sedan cars, but I think over just beyond them, I see a 1972 Monte Carlo Super Sport that really is catching my attention. You know, lots of horsepower and built like a tank. You've got to love it. But I think I'm probably standing next to an old caddy. And so as guy comes over to me, oh, hello there. And I'll move up and I'll put my arm around his shoulder.
He just takes it in stride. There's no hesitation whatsoever. And he says, now, sir, you have obviously mighty fine taste in vehicles. I can't believe that you already walked up to some of the best cars we have on the whole lot. I am Harold. You can call me Crazy Hair if you want to see my commercial.
I have crazy hair. Oh, my goodness. Are you a fellow son of the South?
Of course I am. I'm from deep Texas. Where are you from?
My goodness. I'm from East Texas.
What? Oh, hell, I'm from Austin. Oh, East Texas. Now, what has got you up here in Halcyon City?
Oh, business, I'll tell you. And, you know, I was thinking...
Sorry.
I was thinking, you and me here, we're probably speaking the same language, and I want to help you out. I see you're overloaded with all these cars. It's just a travesty you ain't got no parking spaces no more.
You know it, buddy. I got me a whole passel of cars. The people are trying to offload to me, and I ain't got no room. So I tell you what, we can definitely work out a deal right here today. Now, which one of these beauties is the one that catches your eye the most? I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Who's this pretty little filly with you?
I'll let her introduce herself.
Hello, I'm Ashley Banner. I'm just here as wallet support, maybe, for a friend.
He says, well, I'll be damned. I seen your picture on my little daughter's wall. You are from that gerbil place, that gerbil band, right?
Oh, yeah, I was in Teenage Gerbil Uprising in high school, yeah.
Hell far. Well, you definitely filled out, girl. Well, and it's awful nice to have you. I got to tell you, before you leave, I got to get your autograph for my little sweet one.
Of course, sure.
All right.
I love meeting any old TGU fan.
Well, I mean, she's gone on and she listens to that Glow Girl a whole bunch, but I got to tell you, I prefer the kind of the rock that y'all, and you were the guitarist, weren't you?
Yep.
Shit. This is a hell of a weekend I'm having here. So, all right, let's get you in one of these. You want to go for a ride?
Well, yeah, let us narrow these down. I like this caddy you got here. It's looks like it's got a few miles on it.
Well, it does. Yeah, it's been gently used. You know, this one here, there was a little old lady from Pasadena. You can see they still got the Cali tags on it. So it's got some miles, but it ain't got much. Look at this interior. He pulls out like from a little key ring, kind of picks the key and opens it up. Says, get in there. Have a seat.
I'll slide on in. Oh, this is comfortable. This is comfortable on the high.
He reaches down like underneath and kind of adjusts it to swing it back. This ain't built for it's built for a big old Texan, but we didn't have the setup for a Texan. Let me ease this back here so you can get relaxed. Hey there, Banner. Why don't you head into the passenger side there?
Fair enough. And I'll swing over, have a seat, look over at Horace.
I'll give a rather broad wink as I say, well, you know, this This does fit nice. Mind if I turn her over?
Go for it. Here you go. And he pulls the key off of it and hands it to you. He says, any Texan, I trust you, buddy. You know, sometimes waivers, you know, my lawyers, they want all this other stuff and everything, but I trust you, buddy. You want to go for a ride? You take that thing around. I saw you came in one of them Ubers. That's all right, buddy.
Well, I just want to hear. I won't be driving. I just want to hear this engine, and I'll crank it up. How's it sound?
It sounds pretty good. Like, it's in good shape. If it's had a lot of use, he evidently has some good mechanics who recondition stuff. Get the feeling that this is going to be a good, solid vehicle. It might be, 2,000 more than Blue Book, but it is in pretty decent shape. You notice, though, it's not factory. The radio isn't factory. So it's,
Well, this is really more the decoy. I'm probably going after that Monte Carlo. So I'm going to, give this the once over, and then I'll say something along the lines of, well, I'm not much on engines, but my friend here, she knows a little bit about everything. Why don't I pop the hood? Would you mind taking a look at it, Ashley?
Sure.
He reaches in, pops the hood for you, and you guys come around. And, the carburetor could probably do with a really good solid cleaning. There's some hoses. Yeah.
If Ashley will kind of look at the engine with him for a moment, I'm going to be looking back towards that Monte Carlo and maybe do a little touch of the old illusion there to put a pretty good sized dent on its back end.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think someone wants to perhaps wield their powers to do that.
Either that or trick somebody.
You know what? Let's have you trick somebody. That is definitely what you're doing. And that rolls with genius.
Genius and with trust.
Yep. So you're rolling at basically a -1.
Except I get to use trust as a positive.
You do. So that's a +3 then. You were built for this.
All right. Let's give that a shot here. That'll give me an 11.
Wow. On a 10+, choose 2. On a 7 to 9, choose 1. So what do you want from the trick sum 1 options? You got 3 options to choose there.
Let's say they buy into the trick and they won't follow up.
All right. So yeah, Ashley, you take a look, and some of the hoses might be a little rotted. Not rotted, but like they definitely look like they've been around for a while. It's a thing where
give them an update.
Yeah, it could use
maybe a carburetor
bit.
flush.
Yeah.
So, Ashley, what you think? Is it how much am I going to end up putting into this thing?
Honestly, you probably want to get all the hoses updated, do a carburetor flush, but fluid levels are good. Wear and tear is pretty good.
I'll look at Crazy Hair. I told you, she knows what she's talking about here.
Boy, I thought she's just pretty face, but what do you know?
I don't want to pop in and look at the electrical, but it's probably fine.
Wow.
These old 70s electricals are usually really bulletproof.
And I'll kind of shut the hood back down. I don't know, Harry. That sounds like I'm having to put more into it than just buying it. Hey, that dinged up old Monte Carlo you got over there, you cutting a good deal on it? I mean, body damage ain't exactly something that I mind.
Dinged up? I don't think I got any. Huh. Oh, shit. I didn't see that. He'll walk over towards it, kind of leans down, checks it, touches it a little bit. Whew. All right. Well, one of my boys must have missed that or something. That's, I just got that in. This is in real good shape. What do you want to, make an offer? Make an offer for me. Let's see if we can work a deal here. I keep in mind I do have my own garage, so we can buff that out. No problem at all.
Oh, well, I'll take as is. Just drive her off the lot. And like I say, I mean, look at me. Clearly, I'm not all that much on a good body. So, and I'll name out something that seems very close to Blue Book on it, like fourth hour or something.
Okay, cool. So I think what you're trying to do is persuade him. I'll let you go ahead and take a +1 forward on this roll because you have successfully tricked him.
Okie doke.
And you roll with humanity, Reverend Hazard. Humanity's only 0, so that's a +2 then, right?
Yes. Is that rolling off of, that's trust, so I do not
rolls off trust. Oh, it's only for trick someone?
Trick someone and pierce the mask. So.
Gotcha. Okay, so then you're rolling at a -1 because of the +1 forward and your trust being at a -2.
I am. Alrighty. That's a 7.
Okay. On a 7, persuade someone. Let's see. They'll need some concrete assurance, corroboration, or evidence first, they'll say. That's mighty low there, Reverend. I'll tell you what. If that's something you can lay down right now, no financing, we are good to go. But if you've got to work through a bank, I'm going to have to, we got to find some wiggle room there.
Credit is the work of the devil, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord went into the temple and he cast out them money lenders. And I'm telling you, old Reverend Hoary Hazard ain't taking them into his.
All right. Spits on his hand, holds it out. I think we got ourselves a deal. Cool. And do you want that red that Jen has linked in notes? Is that what we're going to end up with? That what we see you driving off with?
Let me take a look. I bet it is.
It's such a handsome red.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is here. Let me just share this with anybody that might be watching because it's a pretty car. We will just go with the application window and I will. There we go. That is what we next see the two of them driving off in, and that is a mighty fine vehicle. Very pretty. Very pretty.
That's a pretty car.
Cool.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Yeah, you're welcome. It was worth just to see you among your own people.
Well, car dealers and evangelists, we got a lot in common. We tend to be selling something that, it's a lot better when you don't have to take it off the lot.
Lots of people walking in desperate for hope.
Yeah, and you always got to pay more than you think.
Ashley, your phone buzzes with a text. It's from your mom.
Oh.
It's have you talked to the team about appearing at the amusement park this week?
I'm going to sit on that for a minute. Just look over to Hazard. That's my mom.
Oh, how's she?
Oh, she's good. She wants the team to do an appearance at the amusement park this weekend.
Oh, an amusement park. I like an amusement park. Them roller coasters are awesome.
Is it Wonder Park now, Rich?
I just working title was Banner Amusement Park, but if you want to call it Wonder Park, that's fine.
Okay. I think Wonder Park is pretty cute.
I like Wonder Park too.
Yeah.
I'm updating the document now.
Cool. My mom operates Wonder Park. It's,
I just get to go on all the rides for free.
Probably.
What's she expecting? What do we do? I put on a little show for the kiddies.
Possibly. You might want to talk with her about that, but usually it's just meet and greet, shake hands, walk the park, do autographs, be seen, that kind of thing.
Have you talked to Armature about that? I just don't see her being much of the out there in the public sort.
Oh, she's not. But, you know, I could bend her coils and make it happen.
I see what you did there. I'm all for it. I hate to bring this up since we're having such a lovely day, and I promised you ice cream, so first ice cream stand, we pull right on in. But, you know that meeting that I mentioned needed to be set up?
I wondered if that was real or blood loss.
It's real, and I got the unfortunate feeling that our giant-sized friends that visited the city, they have something to do with it.
All right. Go on.
Well, I don't think it's... You remember there was that demon that was coming after me.
Yes.
Apparently he was opposed to these things coming. But it somehow has to do with you and I that they came. I can't quite figure out how that works. I don't think I have quite so many enemies. Though there is a little lady that may be down there not so happy with me. It might be my own Blessed Betty, but I can't say that even for 100%. But
Blessed Betty, how much of that history do I know?
I think at the very least I came clean with the team to say that I, made this very foolish mistake of giving my wedding ring. And again, it wasn't like I think I've said, even though I've got enormous guilt, it's not like I sold her for this. It was that with the ring, it kind of corrupted the idea of marriage, and that turned her to willing to go do this, felt an obligation sort of thing. I think she had agency in this, is what I'm trying to say. It wasn't like
okay,
it was
cool.
snatched.
Yeah. Huh. Well, set up your meeting.
All right.
Do what you need to do.
We'll try and be careful, though. I fear for what they might have in store for you.
I'd just drum my fingers on the side of the car door briefly and just say, well, whatever they have in store for me, they're the side that fell, which means they're the side that lost.
Yeah, that's true. All righty, I'll do it.
Awesome. And then there's a cyclone in the background that slowly goes away as we change scenes. An unexpected cyclone, but that's okay. So let's jump to Armature opening the doors to the bodega, and a very tired looking aunt and uncle coming out. Oh, we've been shut up in there for 2 days now, Onisha. Luckily, there is a great deal of food in the bathrooms.
Sorry. There was mitigating circumstances.
Of course there were mitigating circumstances. Ramesh says, is everyone okay?
Yes. Kind of. It was a bit messy, but we stopped the kaiju. And
Benita says, yes, we saw on the television.
And the defense algorithms work. So I know you're safe in case of repeats.
Ramesh says, yes, we were very safe. I think perhaps, Sunisha, if you could install just a door. Just a nice door with a lock that takes a key. Just one of those. You can put all the cameras on it you want, but a nice simple door.
I'll work up prototypes immediately.
I will take care of it. I'll go to Home Depot. I'll buy a fire door, nice solid metal. You can take a look at it, make sure that it works in your design. I will have someone install it. And Benitez says, Farouk is in town. He could put it together. He says, yes, you have more important things to do. Of course, Anisha. I will call Farouk and he will help us with the door. And everything will be fine.
I can... Give me an hour. I'll do the door.
Let's see if you can persuade them to give you an hour.
Okay. Bring it up. That is... Okay, trust. Ooh, -1. Actually, wait a second. Humanity. No, I have 1 humanity. Flat rolling. Too many tabs. There we go. Found it. Let's see if dice are happy with me today.
I'm watching closely. Oh, that looks pretty good.
Yeah. Flat roll, got a 9.
Ramesh, he puts his hand on your shoulder and he leans down. He speaks low so Benito won't hear. And he says, "An hour and the door is in. Yes, not an hour for a drawing of prototypes with computer graphic displays of what will happen, but a door.
A door installed. Normal fire door. No.
Thank you.
Diffuse.
You know we love you. Right? It's okay. It's okay, Anisha. You had big things to take care of.
I know.
Good. Okay. But he says, I need to wash these clothes. We are going to go change. Then they will go.
Okay, Project Diffuse. Order a door. We're going to have to do some changing of the algorithm. First run, save their life. If the kaiju got here, but didn't. But, let's give them an out if needed. Maybe some sort of teleporter. But door first.
Of course. Cool. I will. Of course, I will create the prototype and begin the 3D printing immediately.
Estimation on that? ETA?
If you want the best door possible, it will be done in 4.3 hours. The printing process is very slow.
Order a standard door. I'll make do with what we've got. I'll improvise. We're old school.
Old school. Understood. Cool. So we will cut away from that scene and jump over to Atlas. I think executing Home Depot protocol. Yes. I think it would be cool if we open up with Atlas waiting. Oh, maybe he's not even waiting. He's just at home when he has an arrival. When Eunyoung Kim comes back. Imagine she's got maybe a very recent Volkswagen Beetle, because just imagine her in a Volkswagen Bug at all times. So she's got a convertible Volkswagen Bug, and she's come back from her tour.
with an easily removable chair.
Yeah, the side chair is like one of those you can pop in and out to make room for you. It's got extra strong suspension, courtesy Unisha, all that good stuff. But yeah, she comes home and she's dressed kind of plain clothes, not dressed like she's some wannabe rock star.
Well, go to meet her.
And as soon as she sees you, she's going to sprint up to you and climb her way up into your arms.
Yep, as always.
That's what you guys have worked out. You kind of bend over a little bit. She does a like foot plant on your you're just above your knee there, and kind of launches herself up to wrap her arms around you. And there's half dozen kisses to the side of your face, and then she settles kind of back in order to clasp her hands around your neck and kind of hang from there. And she rubs her nose against your big nose and says, "Have you missed me?"
Of course.
Good.
I think you've missed me too.
A whole lot. I do not ever want to do another state fair. I really hate state fairs. I did get to meet Hanson, and I got to meet Quiet Riot, but it's not really my scene.
I kind of like it, generally.
Okay, well, if they do a state fair nearby, I'll reconsider.
Okay.
So you fought kaiju. That's kind of awesome. I wish I'd been here.
I had to ride its back for a while.
I hope that Anisha has extensive footage because that sounds amazing and I would like to see it.
I think so. I think most of a bunch of those cameras come equipped. A bunch of those tentacles come equipped with cameras.
Good. I'm sure it's on YouTube, but just remember, don't read the comments.
Why not?
They usually say really, really mean things.
But we won.
Though you could read the first. I've heard if you read the first 10, everything's okay. But eventually it defaults into some kind of fight.
Okay.
I don't know. I turn comments off on my YouTube channel.
Yes. That's a shame because sometimes I want to say something nice on your YouTube videos.
Well, you could just tell me.
Yes. Well,
she climbs over your shoulder and then settles down to where she's kind of sitting with, like, riding you, like piggyback, and says, "Okay, where are we going?"
I was thinking we should maybe get some food.
Okay.
What do you
Wherever
feel?
As long as it isn't fair food, I'm really happy. If I have another fried candy bar on a stick, I think I'm going to die.
And I was just going to suggest just that.
How about some ramen?
Ramen sounds good.
Good. So what have you been up to? We'll just kind of cut to you guys riding in the Beetle, and it's like a little lower to the ground, but still riding along, and they got the convertibles back. And so he says, I might have an opportunity for an appearance. Lydia Banner has some kind of amusement park.
Yes, I am familiar with the park and with Miss Banner. Yeah, I suppose Miss Banner. Yes, I know her and it.
Yeah, I might. She talked to my agent about the possibility of an appearance as Glowbug. Like, what do you think? Is that a bad idea?
No, so good. You should do it.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
So just you.
Well, I mean, it's still early on, but I think so. I hope she doesn't.
Like you see the disappointment on Atlas's face. Like, okay.
And I just realized, like, she would totally know Lydia Banner because,
Oh yeah, I think so.
you know, she may not know that. I can't remember. Does she know Ashley is Seraph?
I think she might.
Okay, she does. Cool. So yeah, maybe she plays it a little more coy, like this Miss Banner, and smiles a little bit. She says, "Well, I mean, it's not like we're gonna have a get together of TGU because Dimitri's so far away.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Why do you want to appear on stage?"
I mean, I'm still waiting for some. I'm not. We're still looking into the kaiju thing, but you know, Onisha is generally the looking into things person. I sitting on my hands a bit.
Mm.
I don't like it.
I mean, you don't have to let Anisha do stuff. You're really smart. Marcus, if you want to figure out what's going on, I could help you.
But how?
Just figure it out. What do you think is going on? This kaiju thing. You think it came from somewhere?
Well, I think my idea was that there's like some sort of portal where the Blackstone Island used to be. So
That makes sense. There was a lot of weird stuff there. Do you want to rent a boat and go out that way?
Well, I was going to go and fly out there with Seraph. But
Cool.
You should come too, I guess. But
I don't think Sarah can carry us both. And I haven't figured out the whole how do you make lasers fly thing.
You'd be surprised. She can handle quite a bit of weight.
Could get me like a papoose or something.
A what?
You know, like a sleeping bag with a harness on it. A baby Bjorn.
I see. Yeah, but you'd probably need to bring some like breathing equipment or something.
Oh. Yeah. I mean that this seems like a whole thing. You guys should get a flying car. I mean, Anisha could probably make one.
I mean, I suppose. But I don't know. That's not my style.
Oh, I talked to your mom, and she wants us all to have dinner tonight. You don't have plans, right?
No.
Okay, well now you do.
Okay. It's been a while since I've seen Mom.
That's something she mentioned. I wasn't going to bring it up, but yeah. And then she'll pull into the ramen place, and we kind of cut to you guys sitting there. We have like one giant ramen bowl for Atlas.
I think it's probably going to be like three different ones, or he's probably going to get like 3-4 different flavored ones and just.
She's got, she eats with chopsticks. She's very deft with it. Kind of does the thing where she like lifts the ramen bowl and kind of feeds herself. And then pauses and says, "So do you want to call Seraph about heading out?"
Yeah, I'll send her a text. I think she was out with the Reverend today. So
Cool. So, let's see. I think Reverend Hazard and Ashley are eating ice cream, or perhaps frozen yogurt. I don't know. Is Ashley a froyo or is she an ice cream gal?
I mean, either or. She's not choosy about that kind of stuff. Does it taste good? Yes. Deliver it to my face, you know? I wonder what the Halcyon City ice cream to get is.
Most of the Halcyon City Guide stuff is not really like froyo. It's just, Opera House, the Cape and Cowl Club, the Millennium Mall. So maybe you guys are at the Millennium Mall and you're eating it. Oh, yeah, I totally would have like some frozen, not Frozen the movie, but like some ice-related supers that's licensed their likeness for.
Oh, that would be funny.
Cool. So
I'm sorry,
I know
guys. I'm having some weird distress stuff. I'll be back in just a minute.
Oh, cool. All right. So Jen, yeah,
I'm
get
okay.
that.
I'm just like body wide.
Oh, okay. Cool. Take care of business. We'll jump back to you in a little bit. So to answer that, I'm jumping over to the deck of villainy. So give me just a sec here. I know there's a very fun frozen character. I just gotta find. Oh, there she is, Cold Snap. Here, I'll share screens with show you Cold Snap. So Cold Snap it's like they just call it Cold Snap. It's the froyo place. And somehow she has worked in some kind of licensing deal. Maybe she owns it. Maybe they just license her image. But there are all kinds of looks of Cold Snap. And Reverend Hazard, you also get a text from, if not just Atlas, also Atlas and Glowbug, letting you guys know about the desire to head out to Blackstone Island to check things out. What do you do, Reverend Hazard?
And I think I knew he was planning to go out there.
Right, you guys had talked about it before.
I had like a little tiny thing, like when you like check the messages, like the phone casing looks exactly as it was before, but like the display is just way too advanced, and like I've managed to surreptitiously just gut your phone, and I just could not handle that flip phone. It's still a flip phone, but I've just gutted it.
That's awesome.
It's some sort of Star Trek-y thing. But okay, so I knew he was going, and this is just me trying to refresh what we did last time.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Let's work through
it. Were any of us going with him? Yeah,
I'd love it if you did, but I also don't want to force anybody to do.
I mean, as long as you bring breathing apparatuses, because we probably have to go underwater.
That's right. It was the underwater thing, and I'd said I'd have
to hold his breath quite long. And I mean, Seraph is an angel, and Anisha probably has some stuff. You just need like probably a regular old rebreather.
I could do that. I imagine there's some things I could do. So I'll send a message back, very, big man, fat fingers on a phone kind of thing. Doing the, right back of, you want some company? Even my text has the accent.
Yep.
All right, son, I'll meet you. Where should I meet you? You got to see my new car.
Okay. I guess where the docks where the ship used to take off from.
Okay. So I'll write back, meet you there, and I'll look to Seraph, and with Jen absent, kind of guess maybe she should go with me.
Yeah, we'll have no speech bubbles thing of you checking in, and we will cut back to Armature as she's about to get a text with the same maybe, like, I don't know if Marcus or Atlas would, but I know that. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So let's catch up with you, Armature. I think you mentioned in chat that you maybe had a little brief check-in scene. So what do we
Yeah.
have here?
I think I would have the door, quotation marks. I mean, it's barely a door. I mean, there's no electronics. There's no pneumatics. You can just like turn a handle and open it. It's disgusting. But I think she's like, yeah, there's all these tentacles. They're all like screwing things all at once and like making a thing. And she keeps glancing at Benita, who's probably working the register. And it's probably super obvious body language that she wants to say something, but she's...
Of course, Benita will see this and say, Anisha, I need some help. Can you come over here for a second?
Sure. She kind of like just mentally kind of just keeps the prosthetics keep going, like as she moves away. Like there's still the door is still being installed behind her.
She says, I was trying to figure out, and she asked you a question about the stock. Like, should we put these new red ones here, or should we put them here? It's just like this innocuous how to stock the store shelves question that she asks you.
Well, I mean, well, she like blanks. She's like just staring at the thing, the stock, and it's like, okay, so I've asked Farouk to join me at my company, but he's under contract with Hanover Institute. But they're evil. But people don't really realize that. So, how illegal do you think it is if I just, delete the paperwork? I mean, of course, it's not paperwork. It's
That could cause a great deal of trouble for you and your team, especially since you.
But what if no one finds out about it?
Everyone finds out about it.
But they're evil.
I don't
Isn't that
doubt it.
kind
I
of
don't doubt that there's a possibility, but I trust Farouk. Do you think he would do evil? He was such a good boy.
Yeah, I mean, hypothetically, somebody could make something and it could get out of their control, causing damage.
We would not know
Hypothetically.
anything about that, would we, Anisha?
No. Trying not to look in her face.
I do not know this Dr. Solas. But if this is a business, then perhaps you just need to do the math. Like when we think about hiring someone new into the store, Ramesh and I, we do the math. Is it worth the time to train? And then what about attrition? And then
I installed the AI so you could do them. So nothing.
We know.
I'm
But sometimes you lose touch with the real costs and the benefits of bringing someone into your family if you just have someone else do the math. I think if you do something that Farouk might see as dishonorable to bring him onto your team, and if he were to find out, he would be very upset. Don't you?
Maybe.
You have a good heart, Manisha. I know that you have the best intentions. But you must think not only of what is best for you right now, think what is best for you In 5 years? Or 10? Or when Ramesh and I are not here for you? These are things you have to keep in consideration. I know they are there. They are factors in your equations. But sometimes I do not think you give them enough weight.
I think there's like a little thought bubble of her trying to figure out, like, could she ask herself in 10 years? And like, but it's scrunching up the idea, mentally throwing it away. Yeah, I think I understand what you mean. The door's done.
She comes around the counter and gives you a quick hug. Ramesh, come look at the door! And they'll amble over and they look at the door, and then he pulls out his key and he opens it up and he steps outside and goes around and looks at the place. Then he closes the door. Then he comes back in the other way. This is good work. It's very level. This is my favorite door in the whole store.
I glance to the front door, which is like, I think it's like one of those irises that's just,
Yeah.
I'm like, do you know what? Sometimes I can't talk to you people, and I'm just like,
Brush away.
I love you, Aunt and Uncle, but seriously. And I start walking out the much better door.
Nice. So you go out. It opens up. You clink, 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 clink out, and I think Ramesh looks over at PbtA, and she smiles, and he cracks up laughing and shuts the regular door and locks it. You got a text from Atlas letting you know about the gathering at the docks. So, do we just kind of jump to all 4 of you meeting together?
Yeah, with Armature just floating down from the sky.
So we just need to remind folks that we've got we are owed material support by the Transcendent Crusaders when we do this. I think the Transcendicar was
yes, the
mentioned.
Transcendicar. Yes.
We were also going to get some help from Bellicry and Sloth, I think, at least.
I mean, somebody's got to drive it to us.
Mm-hmm. So before we do all of that amazingness, we do have a few moves that we need to make sure that we've done. We have a start of session for resources here, so let's do that.
It's a time passes one. So
it is a time pass?
It is a time passes, so it might not have triggered. It may have triggered. It's up to...
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do we have any start of session moves, or are they both time passes? Because I know that Seraph has one as well.
Jen's is a start of session, and she rolled it.
Okay,
yes.
Cool. Oh, awesome.
I got a tremendous 12 on the dice. So,
wow.
all's good.
All is good. No problems whatsoever. That sounds great. And that one is your secret identity, right?
No, my secret identity is sort of an auto-functioning thinger.
Start of session. There's always a way. That's
always
right.
a way.
Right. You hold 2. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. Good. Sweet. So all 4 of you meet up, and like the scene is you're all there. Maybe the last people to arrive are Reverend Hazard and Ashley Banner, and he pulls in his sleek-looking 72 Monte Carlo SS, and then we see the Transcendicar is absolutely the Fantastic Four style car. We have the cups, and then the kind of the central body. You're all on display. Battlecry and Sloth are both. I think Sloth is on the thing-sized, oversized car, one of the cups, and Battlecry is in the central hub part, so he's actually flying the thing. Just imagine a land speeder with these little side car dealies, and it just kind of hovers down.
So you mean a land speeder, but like the Millennium Falcon?
Kind of, yeah. Kind of, but a little more like the cup that is in one of the Super Mario, one of the Koopas is in. But yeah, anyway, I will get a picture of the Fantasticar if that's what is needed. In fact, it comes up on my Google searches. You've already searched for it, Rich, because I love the Fantasticar.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It might help if you include the search terms Marvel Encyclopedia.
Ooh.
That might bring up some of the more for reference images.
There's some like new versions of Fantasticar.
Yeah, it's way more like
spaceships and like no.
Yeah, it looks like an actual spaceship and functional and stuff. What's up with that? I want the silly cups one. Man, it's hard to find those. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it's wacky and Kirby-esque, and I'll find a picture of it eventually. Yeah, now all of them are just like legit. Like, what's up with this? This is why Fantastic Four isn't doing as well, because everyone wants to be like serious with them. So weird.
As soon as it lands, I'm like tapping it and go, you go out in public in this? Really?
And Battlecry says, it's the Transcendicar, man. Everyone loves this car, even though it's wacky. It's like wearing Crocs. It's so ugly that people think it's amazing. And Sloth steps out and he goes, are you making fun of the Transcendicar? Because I will mash you, Wrigley tentacle girl.
I mean, guessing he's like a couple of heads higher than me. I mean,
he's
probably not much taller than Glowbug.
You're not much taller than Glowbug. He is taller than everyone except for Atlas. He's definitely not taller than Atlas.
They don't make Crocs in my size.
They don't? That's a crime.
I've never seen a size 22 Croc.
I just like look at Sloth for a second, and just look away. Just like it's not even worth it. I could 3D print you some.
No, I think that's fine. I don't actually want Crocs. I don't think they are shoes. Or
Project Diffuse, cancel the 3D printing. He doesn't want them.
You're slightly disappointed. Very well.
And then he's like, just a centimeter of Croc, just fed back into the machine.
Cool. So yeah, I think Sloth will look over and he'll say, yeah, size 22. So we're going. And he reaches in, he like opens up one of the compartments and he pulls out like some really big scuba gear. We're going swimming.
That's the idea.
Reverend, and I hand him like a. Do you think this requires my company resources or use of power for like a?
I think it'd be fun to have you use that. Yeah.
Glowbug would like one too.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's right. We've got the little beetle there.
Have I got any company resources? I do. I have two. Yes, I will use one for the some rare, cutting edge equipment.
Are you storing your company resources? Where are you putting
I put them down
under gear?
in gear.
Because I think I may actually change it to where you can put the company resources as a stat on line 34 with the move, just for.
Yep.
Cool. All right. By using one resource, you can. Yeah. A piece of. No, it's not a gift. It's like spend a resource to do one. You have a swift access to a piece of expensive, rare, cutting edge equipment. Awesome.
It looks like It looks kind of like my prosthetics, except much smaller tentacles. It's just one. per person. And it just goes poof, up the nose.
Nice. So the ones that go up Atlas's nose are like really big fingers.
I mean, I've got them for everyone if they want
Thumbs. Yeah,
them.
thumbs.
Yeah.
You have to have a seal, honey. Glowbug will explain. And for some reason, Glowbug has her own scuba, and it's all like bright green. She has her own stuff. It's themed, like it goes with her costume and everything. And so we'll cut to all. Gosh, there's 4 plus Glowbug, 5 plus Battlecry and Sloth, so it's like a 7-person thing. That is amazing. Oh, although does Sarah fly alongside, or will she actually get in the Transcendicar?
Now, why would I occupy a seat when it could be used by somebody else who doesn't fly? That's just rude.
It's fair. It's fair. Okay, cool. So the Transcendicar flies out over the bay. I think you guys kind of started at maybe Port Regal, and you fly over the Great Bay, past Lonely Point to the south, and then you come to the area where there's like the murky, darker waters. And Anisha, your geolocation shows that this is the place where Castle Blackstone once stood. And I think Sloth and Battlecry, do you imagine they're the getaway drivers? Like they're going to continue flying?
By the way, would Sloth's competitiveness allow him to stay in?
Well,
that's a good question.
I didn't say that's what they were going to do, but is that the expectation of what they're going to do? Because I think Sloth would probably, he would probably roll off, and I don't think he's much of a swimmer. He sinks real well.
If he's got the equipment.
He does.
Yeah.
So Battlecry will continue flying and say, I'll be here in case you guys need a evac, ASAP, PDQ. Just call me on your comms. And then Sloth will put on a little face mask thing, and then his hair, of course, he's still got the mullet, right? And he'll just roll over and kind of fall and belly flops into the bay and sinks in. What about Reverend Hazard? What does it look like when you get into the water? I imagine that the Transcendicar will be lowered to where you don't have to like drop very far. It's just the Sloth one to get a head start.
Yeah, I probably have stripped off my coat and at least taken off my suit jacket. As I'm kind of looking at the water and looking at what I'm wearing, and I'll slide into the water.
Cool. What do we see for Armature?
She just one last look at this travesty of a vehicle and drops into the water. And as soon as she drops in, like the tentacles light up, I think.
Oh, that's awesome. What color?
Oh,
is it just a pure white, or is it like a golden? What does it look like?
I think a golden. That's kind of goes with the color scheme. Well, red, of course, but then that's the color of evil, of course.
Red and golden. Golden red.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's a mix of the two. One for distance and
good.
One for strength and fidelity.
Yeah. I think along the lengths of the tentacle, it is yellow, golden color, and then the tips are sending out a red light and pointing in different directions.
And
nice.
If I may, I think probably while we were cruising across, in my cup, I've been kind of muttering and looking down towards the ocean, and I have inscribed on probably on clay, which won't do great in the water, but I'll put it in a baggie. A series of writing if anybody knew, it's Sumerian. But as I've kind of gone ahead and wrote one of a demonic name on it, just to have in case I need it.
Okay, that's not ominous. Yay! What about Seraph? How does she enter the water? Just flying above? You've probably got your do you have a scuba thing going on, or what is the deal?
I definitely accept some of the breathers from Unisha, and probably also some lights. Maybe it's like a little light harness thing around the neck, a couple of those tentacles that are, tracking where I look as best they can and pointing
I can
lights
lose a
at
middle
what
finger.
I mean, you spent a company resources, so I don't
Yeah.
think that it's unreasonable to be like, you thought of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
One of those travel cushions, they look kind of like that, but with orbs that kind of pointed.
yep.
Direct light.
And yeah, Seraph will gain a little height and then sort of eye out her spot and then tuck up and just dive
Nice.
straight down into it. With sort of
Cool.
arms pointing the point and wings tucked up.
Oh, that sounds like that would look really, really cool. What about Atlas? What do we see with Atlas entering the water?
Atlas sort of stands on the side of the mobile, and he looks behind him, and he goes, "Cannonball!" And he just lifts off from the side of the car, which dips
Of course it
does, and then just and then sploosh.
That's awesome. Cool. So I'm imagining these are, you guys have the face plates, the clear face plate style, not the thing that's covering your mouth and you can't talk or anything. And of course, Anisha's spend resources, so you guys have the ability to communicate while underwater, not talking through the water with bubbles and all that crazy Aquaman fun, but you're literally talking to each other. We'll see. And Glowbug, all of her stuff's neon green. She's got neon green lights, kind of little pair of shafts of light that come through as she's swimming through, and she glows herself, right? Like a glow rod that you've broken, and it kind of glows in the water. And you guys start swimming down. It's all four of you plus Glowbug and Sloth. Sloth is just falling, he's just sinking. He's not trying to swim; he just keeps sinking. Yeah, so we cut in panels of you guys swimming through, and then him just hands crossed like that, and he's sinking down further. And we've gotten to the point where when you look up, you can it's very murky. You can barely see up through the sunlight, 'cause this is daytime, so it's gotten darker and darker in the water here. And you see that there is some kind of perhaps you imagine that what you might see is the foundation of Castle Blackstone or old stones or something. No, what you see is that there is this white metallic ring. The ring itself is about this wide, but you see there are several concentric circles. And then there's this kind of superstructure that seems to hold the rings. And so that's what you see. It's on the floor of the bay here. What do you do?
Well, was that here before?
Well, I stopped messing with it.
We have no way of knowing, because I certainly never dove this deep around here before.
There was an island. I don't think it was here before.
It's a good bet. I'm going to take a closer look.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I think Anisha, because Alex jumped the gun, is the first to try to check things out, and it seems appropriate. Let's see if you can assess the situation here.
Yeah, that's the confidence aligned.
It is confidence aligned, and
Okay.
you are rolling with genius.
Cool. So +2. I got a 10.
Nice. With a 10 on assess, you get to ask 2 questions.
What here is the biggest threat? No. Yeah, no. What here is the biggest threat, and what here can I use to take control of this?
Cool. So as you are scanning this particular structure, the first thing that is the biggest threat is if it were to come on, because you are able to recognize that this is some kind of dimensional portal device. And that is the biggest threat. Now, this thing does have defenses, but and they are in the process of activating because they have proximity sensors. But that's not the biggest threat. If this thing comes on, that is absolutely the biggest threat to you. And then what here can I use to take it over? You see that there is an access port that is right by one of the sets of lasers. You will be putting yourself under fire to get there. But if you can grab that access port, you should be able to hack it. Try to take control.
Alice, can you be a human shield for a second? And I start heading towards the panel, and my tentacles point out those laser turret things as they're activating.
Not a shield, but I'll swim over.
Time is a factor.
Okay, so yeah, if you choose to do so, you can safeguard. That's one of our new move names, and I love it. If you want to safeguard armature, but while she tries to perform this hack, you can do that, Atlas.
I think Atlas is definitely going to make a comment like, "You have tentacles. Why don't you swim faster?" And yes, I will safeguard.
All right, that is a trust-aligned move.
And roll with power.
I just want to say, as she's swimming, little note, like a little holographic notepad comes up, and just like, for next iteration, better nautical abilities.
Taking notes.
That's a 10.
That is pretty awesome. Safeguard on a 10. Sorry. It's pretty awesome. Okay, you keep them safe and choose one. On 7 to 9, it costs you. So this does not cost you. You can give a teammate an opportunity, gain a tie with someone you protect, or shift your confidence or trust.
You know what? I should probably gain a tie, because that means I gain a team.
Nice.
And I feel like we might need some team. And I have none.
That is a really good point. So yeah, you successfully safeguard, which means you defend her. As you see these lasers come out, what does it look like when you defend her? Is the thing where you're just going to stand in the way and take the brunt?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Just like getting in, like I said, somehow Atlas is faster because just big muscles. Still swims better than tentacles. And yeah, just getting in the way of whatever might try to shoot at her or.
All right. Cool. Well, sure enough, as it has been pointed out, there are lasers attached to this thing as part of its defense mechanism. And the first thing you notice as 5 of them track on you, Atlas, is Glowbug is kind of doing her little finger pointy aim, and she takes out a pair of them before they activate. But then you are hit by the remaining 3 because you decided to take this a weather the blow.
Yep. Let me get right on that. I can choose which stat I use for weather the blow, but they're the same, so that doesn't help.
We have got to do something to differentiate your stats, so that's an actual choice.
But it's fine. I will take 1, doesn't matter which, but I'll still give it a -1. Because of tough inside and out. So I only get a +1.
Okay.
We go to the rolling thing. It's a 8.
Okay. On a 7 to 9, you choose one of the following. A foe gains an opportunity. MC shifts one of your tracks by 1. You lose a relevant tie.
Shift the track.
Fun.
And I'm guessing one of them is going up again.
You know what? We've seen what happens, and what happens is you are not nice, and you don't roll many 12s, and you end up getting almost no misses. So I will shift your trust down by 1 because Glowbug did not. She did not come through for you. She did not take down all of them. So your trust goes from a 2 to a 1.
Right.
You get hit by a couple of the lasers. We see some cool underwater CG effects to your chest there. And I'm curious what Reverend Hazard is up to as you see these lasers flying. I'm not sure how strong a swimmer you are, Reverend, but what are you doing?
No, I float better than swim, so getting down here probably isn't great. And the lasers aren't striking them, are they?
Striking them what?
The lasers are...
I don't think I did a really good job of describing it. So what we have is we have kind of 5 slightly curved arms that come out. And then there are several circles within, like rings, within the central. And when this thing activates, right, all the rings start going to where they form this portal. The top of the superstructure, all 5 of those points have lasers that kind of pop out, and they're firing upon Onisha, but Atlas got in the way.
Okay, so they did actually fire at them. Okay.
It's just that one of Atlas's superpowers is superhuman durability, so he's just going, yeah.
I'm probably they need to be taken out, I guess, but I'm not great at that. Are we going to be going through that thing? Should we try and just push through?
I don't know. Who's your leader? Who's going to answer that?
Let's not go through the interdimensional portal just yet.
Wait, there's a portal now? Shit.
As I stripping off this panel and
awesome. So as you're stripping the panel, the rings all start to move, but they're moving in different directions to where this is slowly starting to form some kind of globe. Onisha is trying to hack into the thing. Seraph, what are you doing? Oh, also, Seraph, before you take your action, just so it's clear, Sloth has grabbed the base of the thing, and he's going to try to rip it up from the floor. That seems like a terrible idea, but this is the first thing that came to his mind. Okay, so what do you do, Seraph?
I'll fly over to Sloth and say, Sloth, we don't know what this is for. Let's not break it, but let's slow it down. So instead of ripping it up, I want to work together with Sloth to essentially clamp hands on the ring like it was a break.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So you want to try to stop these things from rotating. That sounds cool. I think what you're doing is you're directly confronting this threat. Does seem about right to what your intention is?
Hmm.
Rolling with daring, that seems right. Taking something from them, creating an opening. A lot of those options seem like they would work here. What do you think?
You're the GM right now.
I think that's what you're rolling. I just wanted to.
All right, let's make it happen.
All right.
All right, so that's 7 on the dice. My daring is 1 for an 8.
And it is confidence aligned.
Yep.
Your confidence is a 0. Okay.
So I stick around at 8. So I choose 1. And, I'm going to spend one of my always away hold to choose 2, I think.
Nice.
So I'm going to choose to take something from them and create an opening.
Okay. So you and Sloth work together, and you're able to kind of pry out of alignment one of the superstruts so that the thing starts to wobble a bit. And that is going to buy some time. You're creating opportunity, so we'll say that gives because the cycle is going to have to spin back up again. Yes, right. Shaped like a gyroscope. That is such a simple way to describe the thing that I was being obtuse about. Thank you very much. Onisha, what do you wish to do here? You've got I'm going to give you a +1 forward because of the opportunity that you have.
And by the way, is the thing that the panel I'm accessing on the ring, and is that ring itself moving? I mean, obviously slowed by the break, but
I mean, yeah, it's got to be.
Okay,
because that's more dangerous. So
yeah.
Yes.
So I'm holding tight, and I'm trying to just get a read of this thing and just take in all the controls. And I mean, by the way, does it look like alien, not of this world? Is this look like something human made?
Yeah. So it looks human made.
Okay. So I feel like this is definitely still in my wheelhouse, and I am going to try and hack this to at least put it into standby mode.
Awesome.
Just factory resets.
Here we go. I think that because this thing is trying to activate, I would like to see you push your limits to hack this in time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When you push your limits in a desperate situation, bid an amount of confidence or trust and roll with the amount bid. Don't forget you have a +1 from the opportunity the Seraph has bought you.
Okay. So my confidence.
And I'll tell you that if you fail, this game will be in another dimension, at least for a while.
Okay.
There's your stakes, buddy.
Okay. Confidence. I got a 1 already. Let's.
You cannot bid more than 3 at a time. I'm
going to go 2. So that gives me like a 3 with the +1, I guess.
Okay.
If that works.
Yes, that will work. So you're rolling +3, and then 2 of it is what you bid, and then 1 is from the +1 forward. I'm excited.
Okay. Yes.
Is that a 9, I see?
That is a 9.
All right. With your bid, that takes it up to a 12. On a 12 plus, you get your bid back, shift 1 on a track of your choice, and do what you set out to do.
Well, I feel good. This isn't magic. And this is my thing.
It's totally not magic. You called it all along. And all this talk of magic. Ha, ha.
I mean, it is a thing. It's just, it's the wrong name for it. It can be understood.
Cool. So, how is it that she hacks? Is she working with all of her tentacles and they like turn into fingers a la Ghost in the Shell? Or what do you imagine? What's it look like when you hack this thing and it stops rotating and starts to power down?
It's not. I think she doesn't like put her forearms forward and then form hands. It's more like the arms are just left aside. It's more like just from her shoulders back, tentacles all come around and are just like pulling things out, replacing them, moving things around very quickly. There's some very, very fast soldering happening. There's, probably a few false starts as I'm like, getting the feel for it. But very,
meanwhile,
very fast.
The portal is open. Is all that's going
Yeah.
on? Like we're cutting back, and the portal's
Yeah.
opening up, and we see a kaiju's hand start to reach through. And it's like this gigantic clawed thing that's reaching for, I think, Reverend Hazard, right? And Baby Sloth like comes up, and it looks like he's gonna butt you out of the way, Reverend Hazard, because that'd be the most heroic thing ever, and it would super impress Atlas. But then Onisha successfully turns off the portal, and it cuts off, and like. We have 4 giant fingers that just fall down and bounce off of the ocean floor, and blood starts kind of blood streaming up from the kaiju's arm there.
As soon as the second I know I've done it, like probably before it's like even started to close really more than a fraction. I know I've done it. So like my hands, I reform my hands and just run. Just push the hair out of my face.
It's kind of floating there. It's just a kind of a normal nervous tick of yours.
Yeah.
Cool. And I didn't of course, an artist is going to draw in Glowbug like shooting the giant hand as well with a few of her glowing lasers, and maybe Atlas is swimming that way. But then, yes, the fingers are cut off. Anisha, you're able to stop it. Now, one thing that you noticed, Anisha, because you were like, what's the origin? Where did this thing come from? Is that there are no identifying marks on the superstructure itself. The code used for all the computer programming it's almost like built off of a Linux kernel. Like everything that has been done with this has been done to try to keep it as fingerprint proof as possible, or fingerprint free as possible. But there's also a gigantic cabling, because this thing sucks an incredible amount of power. So not everything is perfect, but this is going to take a bit of a think. Seraph, you just saw this portal nearly activate and then depower. What do you do?
Well, I give Sloth a high five. Because we all done did it. And then I'll say, wow, close call. Good work, everyone. Let's get these foreign finger bits out of the water here and see what else we can investigate from the site.
Atlas, could you get this onto land? And I kind of just gesture to basically the whole gyroscope.
And you see Atlas swimming down to one of the things that's connecting it to the bottom of the sea, and just
give it a test lift.
Sloth's like, yeah, if you're having some trouble on that, I'll take care of it. He's standing on the bottom of the bay, and he does this I
think Atlas will at least go he's probably going do this maybe, and then goes Sloth, give me a hand.
What? Oh, yeah, of course. Walks along on the bottom of the bay, kicks some shark out of the way, and his mullet's kind of floating up, but it's still tied, so just kind of, and yeah, the two of you guys can easily work together, of course.
Yeah. I'll get the fingers up and then help get some of the rings out of the water.
You're more than strong enough to get the fingers up, but they are They're
Big.
humongous.
They're
Like
big.
they are. I'm trying to think of like a scale. Like they're about the size of a smart car. You know.
Yep. Yeah.
So we get the cool thing of like Seraph lifting it up in the water kind of deal. Sounds awesome. Cool. So you wanted to take off the power coupling and decouple it so this thing can't power up again anymore. That's easily done with your strength.
I think I would help on the decoupling, Lee. No.
Where's this getting power from?
Hmm.
That kind of electricity isn't cheap.
No.
And if it's getting it on shore, there are a lot more breadcrumbs for us.
So what you find is that this power coupling is led to what looks to be industrial and incredibly large industrial sized batteries that have been planted down here. Like someone has gone through a great deal of effort, and the batteries themselves, they do have company logos on them. The company is, you can see that it is in Arabic.
Any of you read Arabic?
I'm guessing that Armature does.
Yeah, I would imagine if Armature doesn't, then Diffuse does.
Yeah.
And can translate for you, so no problem there. Yeah, so you can read the name of the company, do a bit of a cross-reference. This is all like superficial, non-roll stuff, and it is a company that creates industrial-sized batteries for large corporations, and they also have affiliations with groups that are trying to set up things out in space, right? The space stations and other extra-planetary activities.
I think we need to talk to some salespeople.
Seems smart. Do we want to bring these up or do we want to leave these here?
How big are they?
Oh, the batteries themselves are, each one of them's like the trailer from an 18-wheeler, and there are 3. They run 2, and then there's a third one that it can switch off if there's ever a failure between one of the 2 originals.
Clearly they're equipped to be down here, but...
I might could take them on up to land if that's something y'all would like.
How?
Well, I have friends under the water. I got friends everywhere.
So it's like, is he like Aquaman?
Definitely not.
Cool. So what do you want to do?
If you want them up there, I will take out my little clay piece that I have in a baggie. And it is one of the names of Folklore, who happens to be, as far as demons go, one of the better ones. He anticipates making it back to heaven. But his purview is the land, is the air and the sea. And he doesn't destroy. You can't make him do that. So I'm going to diffuse his name into the water and have the water pick these up and take them back to shore.
That seems like a move.
Seems like willpower.
I think so. I was just checking. I didn't see any playbook specific moves you were hitting, so I wanted to make sure that that was where you were inclined. Let's have you go with the confidence aligned move of wield your powers.
Alrighty. So I will be +4.
Oh, you might be in. Oh, I hope you roll a 12. Come on.
I rolled a 2.
Jeez, that's great for me. Wait, that is good for me. I mean, it's good for you too. You get an XP. Good job.
I do.
You do. You rolled a 6 with a +4. You rolled the only thing that could make you fail.
The only thing. That's right.
Good work. Good work. And it's doubles. Not that that matters. Okay. So, what is the name of this creature again?
This is Folklore, a powerful Great Duke of Hell. He has.
I thought you were jokingly saying folklore. That's why I was like confused there. Okay, so Folklore. That is an insane name. I love it. Yes, you diffuse his name and try to summon him. And that is when you hear the voice of Dalmuth, the pawnbroker of hell. And he says, you know, Hazard, think the door's kind of shut for you right now until you do this little thing we've been asking of you? So, maybe stop ringing the bell until you do what needs to be done.
Understood.
I hate to make you look like a schmo in front of your friends here, especially Mullet Boy, but sorry, Folklore's not interested in coming around.
I understand. It will be handled very shortly. And I'll look around and say to the group and say, I'm afraid that I wasn't able to contact my friends like I normally had hoped. I'm sorry.
I mean, they're not going anywhere, I guess.
It would just be interesting to make a gift of them to the city, but
To the city.
they aren't going anywhere. Why not?
Yeah.
Power grids, using batteries as backup for off times. It's
All the ideas that Unisha had with the use of them. I was like, yeah, sure. The city. I didn't feel a bit guilty.
Onion Kim says, that is really cool and probably a heck of a tax write-off.
Who knows?
And I think Sloth will say, hey, Battlecry, come on. Drop those tow cables. We got some killer batteries down here. And Battlecry says, yeah, we'll work on that. Let's get you guys out of here first, though. Transcendent Crusaders can handle this if you guys aren't able to deal with it. You have first claim. We are here to assist. So do we want to kind of screen wipe? We've reached the staples, and we'll pick up with you guys all wet on the dock and talking about the next action after we come back from breaks. Does that sound good?
Sounds
awesome. Good. It is 21 after the hour. Let's take a 9-minute break. We will meet back at past. See you in 9 minutes.
Welcome back, everybody but Rich.
Hey.
Which is late.
Well, must be having some kind of perfectly reasonable issue.
Like a dog pooping on the carpets.
I hope
always
not.
fun.
That would be sad. Welcome back.
Yeah, sorry about that. I fixed a thing and it took a little longer than I thought. So
Did a dog poop on the carpets?
no,
Okay,
although
I was wrong.
I was only a little bit late, and then Beaker came in after me into the office, and I looked down at him, and he just wanted to be pet, so I did that thing, and then he left. So here I am.
Justice
Yeah.
has been done.
For some reason, the batteries on both of our garage door openers, one and then the other, both died.
That's
And
why
I-
you get the truck size batteries that we're now getting.
Truck size. Exactly. If I only had that.
Yeah.
But I just got the batteries, replacement batteries, and I stuck one in just to see if that was what it took, and it worked, and that's very exciting. Just you can get a screwdriver to pop open the other one, and it'll be fixed, and yay. Because, when you're in a car and it's really cold, getting out and having to, go in versus just doing the garage door opener, kind of annoying. All right.
Our garage, by the way, just on garage doors and it being cold, once it hits a certain temperature, our garage door just gets halfway and then stops. So you have to always be ready to just push it a little bit further past that point.
That sucks.
Yay. Minus horrible temperatures.
That is the worst. I would replace that thing. I would be like, go fund me for a new garage door or something.
Our life depends on it.
Exactly. I've got 2 little babies. Do we want them to freeze? No. All right. So we pick up with you guys on the dock, and you can spread your different ways, or what is it that you'd like to do? I mean, we can skip ahead time, whatever you guys feel is the next thing you would be doing here.
Well, let's see.
Maybe could Hazard and Anisha go and investigate this company that does the batteries? Because, somebody who knows the tech and somebody with a very high functioning mouth.
That sounds cool. Yeah, we could do that.
All right. So where you guys want to go?
Oh, we want to head to the offices of wherever is there local offices?
Oh,
And if not, how far do we have to go?
Oh, yeah. So there are not local offices. And how far are you going to have to go? We'll say that you could find, of course, there are offices in, made up Arabic country X. I want to go the DC method of making up countries that are the just noticeable difference of actual countries, but allow us to play with that.
Do they have a teleporter pad?
They do not.
Well, I happen to have one in geosynchronous orbit, just in case I need it. Using my resources. I will fire that out of space at the city in a clearing.
Okay. And
we're going to that country.
That sounds amazing. Let's see. What is a cool? Let's see. I'm gonna. We'll call it. I'm gonna throw out a name, and then people tell me if it sounds terrible. I'm just gonna do something off of like Kuwait and Qatar. So like, Mahrate. Does this sound okay? Does this sound okay? And did you say you were bringing Reverend Hazard with you?
Yep.
All right. So I think the first thing that we see after you land, in this very sandy clearing far away from Marat City is the immediate sweat rings that appear for poor Reverend Hazard. You guys are walking towards this large city in the desert, and we have that like triangle of sweat along his back as he's holding his suit coat. And soon enough, you guys can make your way into Marat City. And you can head right up to the headquarters. Is that the plan? Just to head to the headquarters of... We will now name this... we'll name this place... basically, it translates to Power Incorporated.
That's honesty and advertising.
Now, I've been told I'm not always good with the people.
I can try and do what talking might be necessary, but you're a charming lass. You also may have to. There's the thought here. I think you speak the local language, right?
I can translate.
Well, the hope is maybe they speak English, and we could maybe not let on that you know the local language. That might let them sort of drop something along the way that they don't know we understand.
That's not bad thinking. Like, I open the door for him.
Sweet. And we see that the power in Arabic is koa. And it's this, like there's kind of an O with a couple of little marks, and then a second Arabic term. Then we see that kind of displayed on the marble floor as you guys walk into a spacious receiving area. There are a number of people who appear to be like receptionists, as it were, and they will greet you. Seeing the two of you, they'll greet you in Arabic, but you have a feeling like they do the calculation of like, oh, this white guy, she might speak what we speak. So yeah, addresses you.
I
reach out a hand, like, hi, I'm Anisha, and this is my Reverend.
Hoary Hazard.
Hello. And she touches your tentacled hand, right? Is that what you extend?
Yeah, just in the formed into a close approximation of a human hand. 4 fingers, thumb.
Okay. How may I help the two of you?
I'm sorry we don't have an appointment, but well, we've heard that this company produces some absolutely amazing battery, useful in extreme environments, and we were wondering if we could possibly sit down and speak with somebody about those.
And she pops down and starts typing, and one of the other receptionists, he leans over and whispers into her ear. Unisha, you hear this, but he's speaking Arabic. It says,
"You have gone mute to me."
Can you?
Yeah.
You can't hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can.
I can hear you.
Okay. Good. So one of the two receptionists, one of the three receptionists, he leans over and whispers into her ear. Unisha, you hear it, and he says, he's speaking in Arabic. He says, "That one is named Armature. She is a superhero from Halcyon City." And she, "You are Armature."
What gave it away?
My coworker informed me you are a member of the Halcyon City Guardians. Are you here on official business, or are you looking to purchase something for Armature Industries?
I mean, they are good batteries. I'm like, I slightly panic at that. Like, Okay, what should we do here?
It's official business seems like that's kind of a loaded term. I mean, a company wanting to get batteries, that would be official business, right? But we don't want it to sound, clearly you recognize the reputation of my companion, but sometimes it's just business. Sometimes, just trying to find out a little something about your batteries.
Of course. I will get you in contact with a person from our public relations group. You'll be speaking with Nada. If you could please head to the lounge, and she gets up and she'll walk around the counter and kind of lead you guys towards a small reception area. You see they have some lemon water and the like, and then she will make sure that you're taken care of and then head back to the desk.
I think while we're waiting, Reverend.
Yeah, sure.
You sometimes do very questionable things to help, your friends.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
So in some situations, it's the right thing to do slightly wrong things. For the overall good.
I suppose you're asking if the means will justify the ends.
Yeah.
Well, that's a calculation you have to make for yourself. There are, of course, some means that, they have a higher price than others. But at the same time, I firmly believe that if there's those that need your help or those that you love, is there anything that isn't worth protecting them or helping them? The answer is yes, but there ain't a lot.
What if they don't agree?
What?
But you know better.
Well, what you worrying about?
Farouk, he was at the party.
Yeah.
He was working with Hanover Institute. I mean, Atlas and my aunt and nearly everyone else I've asked really keep frowning upon the idea of just cacking Hanover Institute, deleting his contract, and possibly sabotaging whatever else Hanover is doing. Because we know it's evil. You know it's evil. I can email you proof, I'm sure, once I've hacked.
So it's not like you have evidence they're evil. You're just pretty sure they're evil.
I mean, I could do a very slightly wrong thing, and then I would have evidence that they're evil.
I think I would do my very slightly wrong thing first, and then, that might justify doing something worse because, that in comparison, it's not such a bad thing after all.
Okay, nearly everyone else is disagreeing with you, but you are telling me what I want to hear.
Well, it's better to know, isn't it? I mean, you don't want to go off half-cocked and do something you're going to regret and then find out, especially, that this was a good situation for your friend. But if you go in there and you see for sure, then all the people that are telling you it was a bad idea, you go see, look, I told you. And there's nothing feels better than saying, I told you to somebody.
Don't mention this to Atlas or Seraph
It's a vault.
or Ramesh, Benita, or Glowbug.
Just between me and you, Armature.
Yeah.
I understand. And, if you need any help, let me know.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Before we meet up with these folks, this PR person's probably going to give us the runaround. They're going to be on their edge. What we mainly want to know is who they sold these things to, right?
And you're going to trick them with words and find out?
That would be my hope. Let's say I'm a little overdrawn in the Infernal Bank, so it won't be much else I'll be doing on them.
Backup plan?
Well,
Hack their systems and
my guess is that
get their
person
records?
will come in with a phone. You able to do your thing through a phone of theirs? One guess is be all hooked up to their own stuff, right?
Can I do this thing for a phone? Of course I can do this for a phone.
Well, I suppose we'll both dig how we do best. Sound good?
Sounds like a plan.
We make a pretty good team, Army.
I love that.
Don't call me that again.
Let's quickly, before we jump to the other two, resolve intimacy moves. I think they fired here. So, Armature, when you share a moment of intimacy with another character, give them some piece of advice for the future. Do you want to slip that in?
And look, with your, do you call her your ex-wife? I don't know.
Sorry?
Do you call her your ex-wife?
I think I've mentioned her as my ex. Yeah.
Yeah. I've done the occasional stupid thing and, go ahead, try and fix it, but don't let the baggage of it, influence your decisions. Guilt doesn't help anyone.
Thank you for that. Let's just say I really screwed up pretty bad, and I probably deserve to feel that guilt.
Deserve is subjective.
And then,
Get a different view.
Reverend Hazard, you have one going back when you share a moment of intimacy with another character. Decide if you're going to show them your true feelings or a tough front. What do you think you're showing here?
I think I'm showing my true feelings.
I think you are too. If you show them your true feelings, you can take or shift a tie with them and shift your trust up.
Okay, so my trust will go up. And while mechanically I'd love the team, it might be, I don't know. Our tie that we have is based on my opening questions, which is that I think you'll do some shady things. So I don't think that shifted. So I think I'll just take the tie and give us a team.
Yeah. Do you feel you took on board the advice, or is that something you can't let go of? It might be something you can't.
It's something I can't let go of.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that you were wanting to make me feel better. But yeah, I I still feel that I've done terrible.
Cool. So we'll cut away from you guys. Thank you for letting me work through those mechanics. I just wanted to do it while it was still fresh. Where do we pick up with Seraph and Atlas, and I assume Glowbug, who shifted out of her scuba gear wear and is in a regular costume?
I mean, we're done scubaing. So let's see. We've got the rings on shore, right?
Yeah.
And Battlecry and Sloth are using tow cables on them batteries.
Them batteries.
Do we want to help Sloth and Battlecry, or go back to Transcender Tower or Crusader Tower or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, we can skip ahead to whatever we think is an interesting scene for you guys to have, really.
Yeah, I'm just sort of...
Lori said that the rings themselves were scrubbed of any fingerprints. So that seems like a difficult one to find anything on. So, yeah, maybe go back to the tower.
Sure.
Cool. So
Yeah, I mean, you can probably grab a ring later for analysis, or maybe we can bring one with us.
Oh yeah, I can tap one down, one down the road like a.
No, I think you find out the wonder of the Transcendicar because one of the pods will pop off while the main unit is going back to do more of the lifting and pulling things out, and it will carry your ring as you guys head back. I assume Glowbug will ride on the car with Battlecry, and Atlas, you'll get the armpit carry style from Seraph, because that just amuses me. I think our artist loves drawing that. And so you guys make it to Transcendent Tower. You're coming in, of course, Seraph, on the normal route. So Avian will greet you as you fly in, and up on the hangar, which is actually a couple levels above that. Eventually, Glowbug and Battlecry will catch up to you. And Keiji Amura, aka Nano, the newest member of the team, once you guys report in, he's going to head up to check out this ring as quickly as possible. But I think Zion comes out to chat with the two of you.
Good afternoon, Zion.
Zion.
Seraph, Atlas. Thank you for taking us up on our offer to help you with this. What have you found about the kaiju situation?
There was a portal machine right underneath where Blackstone Manor used to be. Keiji's upstairs, looking at one of the rings that generated it.
What do you suspect is going on here? Someone pulling kaiju into Halcyon City? Seems pretty nefarious.
Sure looks like it.
Yeah. Looked like it was probably just keyed to one dimension full of kaiju, and it tried to summon one while we were investigating. They knew enough to give it defenses.
Okay. All right.
I wonder if somebody's trying to implicate Blackstone Manor in some kind of way.
Perhaps. I would not put that past Blood Opal or Heldrake, though Heldrake seems to have come...
Wasn't Heldrake a friend of the family, in a sense?
Yeah.
Zion looks between the two of you. That is new information to him. He says, interesting.
Well,
Iron Flag has been active lately. I wonder if the Third Reich might be coming back. They do have some major interdimensional portal aims, but we've put them down a few times.
All right. Well,
What can you tell
I'm-
us about them?
I'm dubious about my own suspicion about Blackstone Manor, because with the whole family off into other dimensions, it doesn't seem useful to besmirch their reputation since they're not here. But
It could be that it was just a matter of a good location due to interdimensional interference there anyway.
sure, latent energy. And it might be unmapped.
I've had a conversation with Kavita, since she's a member of Megastars, and we do have some prior working relationship there.
We are familiar.
She has assured me that her family has nothing to do with what transpired today. Not what wouldn't have been today, but what has transpired with the kaiju. I
Sure.
want to trust her. But still, we will keep that open until we know definitively for sure. And you're over here, calm from Keiji Hamura, as he says, the metals used in this construction are all earthbound minerals. I believe this is made here, not transported here. And by here, I mean Earth.
Narrows it down.
A bit.
It's hard to tell when I'm deadpanning.
Zion doesn't get it. Like, he thinks, oh, yeah, it does narrow it down a bit. And so he will say, portal travel is not something that we truck with often. We often are in a reactionary state. But you may want to go to Aegis. They have a significant amount of data along this line. Of course, they can't release it to us because that is classified information.
Okay.
In the meantime, we will continue transporting and disassembling that portal device to make sure it cannot be used again.
Very well. And I suppose I'll leave the material follow-up to you, and we'll go discuss this with Aegis. Thank you.
Cool. So as you guys are making your way back towards the area where you can kind of fly off, I think Glowbug will... I don't know what she's going to do. She's like, I don't think she really wants to fly in the Transcendicar anymore. So I think she'll probably just tell you, hey, Atlas, I'm just going to make my way back home. It doesn't look like we're doing anything other than chasing leads. And
No. We might want to go talk to our seats.
you think so? Okay.
He's with Aegis. He's good with tech.
That's true. Okay. Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't know. Keep an eye out.
Okay. Well, it's great working with you again, Seraph. She'll offer you like a high five. And then she'll take off. So she moves away. You guys head out to the little platform, the avian landing platform, when a blast from the past steps out. Jim Parks, a.k.a. Copper Top, comes out of a little side passage like he's been waiting for you guys. And he says, Seraph.
Copper
It's been
Top?
a long time. I hear that you found some kind of battery down there underneath the bay.
A trio of quite large Municipal industrial batteries, yeah.
So someone brought those kaiju here on purpose.
And had a great deal of resources to make it happen.
Okay.
You're a bit of an expert on batteries, I suppose.
I am. I'll take a look at them, see what I can figure out.
Yeah. Sloth and Battlecry are towing them out of the water as we speak.
Great. Well, it's good to work with you.
Good afternoon, Coppertop. And then I'll pick up Atlas and we'll go on our way.
Cool. Yeah, it was a nice chilly reception. I like that. That was good.
We'll definitely go like he was quickly informed.
Yeah, he's back in. You can tell.
Unofficial, but yeah, you guys have the feeling that maybe Zion's kind of keeping him off the books.
No surprise. Zion is also a douche.
Yep.
But this is canon, so yes. Cool. Yep. So we'll skip ahead to you guys meeting with Azit because I'm super looking forward to this meeting.
Although on the way, I'll let Atlas know. Hey, so my mom wants us to do an appearance at Wonderwalk this weekend. Are you interested?
Yes.
All right. I'll put you down for it.
He's trying to tone down his excitement, but he's like, yeah.
Awesome.
All right, cool. I already asked Reverend Hazard. He was interested and kind of confused about what is done at these appearances.
Okay. She also asked Glowbug, by the way, so...
Oh, all right. Sure. Sounds like fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's good to get out of the house and, I don't know, be among people while it's not weird, I guess.
Yeah.
It's always good if you're not, fighting and wrecking stuff.
No, it's definitely good to have both sides. If it was all fighting, I think I'd break down.
I like these public appearances. I don't know. You get to see people in a different way.
Yeah, it's interesting that way. I don't know. I find that I don't like fame as much as I thought I would when I was a kid, but...
Yeah, well... I don't know. Like, fame is less awkward when you know they're staring at you for that reason, instead of like just looking at you like you're, well, weird.
You deserve these good moments, Atlas. You really do.
Thanks.
And you're not weird, man.
I mean, yeah,
you're unique, but...
Nice.
If people don't know how to react to you, I hope they learn.
Maybe someday.
Yeah.
So I feel like you guys just hit a couple of intimacy moves. Atlas, yours is when you share a moment of intimacy with another character. If they treat you like a normal person, you can shift one of your tracks. If they praise your power and abilities, mark XP. It definitely sounds like Seraph was treating you like a normal person.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do it to myself, and I think it helps his confidence to go up, which of course makes my confidence go to 3.
Oh, you are overconfident. And then Seraph, your intimacy move, I think, triggered as well, especially when you're talking about fame and how things have changed for you. That's very vulnerable. I love that. And yours is pretty simple, right? You take +1 forward, and you have a choice of giving them a +1 forward as well if you wish.
Yeah, I think I'll do it.
Awesome.
Of course. Come on.
All right. We are going to jump back to the office, the reception area for the company of IGoA. And the door slides open, and a very attractive woman, Middle Eastern appearance. She has the red dot, wearing professional attire. She appears to be in her 30s, perhaps, but has a kind of athletic build. And she inclines her head to you first, Tanisha, but then also gives you some respect. You may call me Nada. I am very glad to meet the two of you, Onisha Apal and Reverend Hazard.
It's a real pleasure. Thank you for seeing us on such short notice.
You are interested in learning more about our battery technology.
That's right. You see, first off, my friend, well, a lot of her work uses a heck of a lot of power. And it happens in some unusual places.
Sometimes it's hard to get, portable power the way you need it.
I understand completely. IGoA's focus is for extra-planetary observation and to extend our reach to the stars. Per that aim, we have developed a number of battery solutions that can function in space.
Well, how about other more difficult environments? I know space, there's no air. How about underwater? I imagine there's pressure differences. Can y'all do something like underwater?
Oh, yes, we certainly can. Well, there is, of course, not only the lack of air, but seawater can be quite deleterious to batteries, as well as the extreme pressures when you go deep enough underwater. That said, we do have a small line of batteries that have been utilized in laying T1, T3, and other fiber cables on the ocean floor and keeping them empowered. Is that what you're looking for, Onisha Apal?
I think I'm like slightly distracted when she directs the question to me because I think could I use my tech to pierce the mask?
Why don't
like,
you?
Blood pressure, brainwave readings if I can get them.
That sounds awesome. Please do so.
That's trust, -1, and humanity. Okay, so flat roll. Well, I did better than the Demon Deacon's last roll.
By 1, yes.
By 1, yes.
Cool. So, yeah.
So I probably released some sort of very small probes to get readings, I assume.
Yeah, that seems fair. Go ahead, mark that XP. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
She looks at the probes and says, I'm sorry, can you please retract your probes? That is unfortunately a violation of IGoA's security protocols.
To be fair, I was not hacking your mainframe.
That's good, because if you were to repeat the actions you took against Transcendent Crusaders here, that would be very, very bad for you. The laws in our country do not look kindly upon foreigners.
Definitely no legal trouble. No.
The little drones like get sucked up into the tip of some tendrils, and just my hand reforms back into a hand, and I just like keeping my hands to myself. Slightly.
Can we speak plainly? What is it that you want? What is it that you truly want?
I can have a look too. Hazard.
To be honest with you, we want to know if these batteries, these ability to work underneath water, if you've sent any of those over to Halcyon City.
We have. That much I can release to you.
To who?
That I cannot. We do have a non-disclosure pact with our customers, and we would not reveal that unless we were compelled to.
Wouldn't you say it would be bad publicity to be funding supervillains?
It certainly couldn't do a company's image very much good, but I understand your protocols. It'd be the sort of thing that just doesn't make your people wouldn't be able to trust you if you were just handing out names willy-nilly. That seems fair. Now, I'm guessing though that sending something to Halcyon City, that there would be like a warehouse you'd send it to, right? Or a dock that it would come in on. Would say if we were purchasing these, where would we expect them to come to?
Nice. That's very clever. I'd like to see if you can persuade her to reveal enough information to where she can kind of do an end around on disclosing who her customer was.
All right. So that's humanity and trust, probably. That's not good. So let's roll it. Well, that's an 8.
What? That's good.
That is good.
All right, a 7 to 9 on these, and concrete assurance, corroboration, or evidence first.
I think I'll bring out my fancy flip phone, and I'll start pulling up some pictures of these kaiju rampaging through the city. Something like this. It's tracked back, if it was made possible by some company, boy, that'd look terrible. Now, we found the people that did it and made sure that any company involved wasn't mentioned. Well, heck, that'd be a win-win for both of us now, wouldn't it?
I can understand your concerns, and I do appreciate that you are trying to keep your people safe. That said, we do vet our large corporate level customers very heavily. And I can assure you that while I cannot release our customer list, it is completely free from any groups that Aegis or any other governmental body defines as criminal organizations. I can give you, of course, where most shipments coming from Marat, where they would arrive if they were to go to Halcyon City directly.
Most?
Well, you also have railways. But if it were to come by ship, then you would need to go to near Trainer Airport. There is a large dock, and that is where it would arrive, if that is where it did arrive.
Thank you. Just out of curiosity, Do you do a great deal of business in Halcyon City?
To be honest, it is an area we are hoping to explore more greatly.
And how
Well,
small can you make those batteries?
The power to size ratio is still something that we are working to master. I would say that our best batteries are our largest batteries.
well, now look over towards Armature, and I imagine that, well, heck, the sort of things that you end up needing power for, it's always good to have a connection to a fine, upstanding company to work with. Now, ain't it?
True. And how do they work on? Have you done batteries testing on, higher frequency dimensions?
Are you talking about the possibility of someone attempting to damage the battery on purpose? Or are you talking about
No, I
stress
was
testing?
thinking of stress testing. Or just, mulling over nesting realities. Sometimes you need power, but you don't have much space. But if you have a nested reality, you could power the bubble from within inside the bubble.
She nods and she can say, I am more than happy to get you in contact with our research and development department so that you can further discuss this higher level utilization of our assets.
I'll have my personal assistant contact.
Excellent.
I think that's our business then.
Gonna cut from there at that point?
Yeah, kind of the everybody looking fairly happy sort of cut.
Awesome. Anything else? Because Jen stepped away. Anything else you guys wanted to do on your way out of Marate and teleporting back to?
I just imagine arriving on the teleporter pad in Halcyon City and just like shaking off a bit of dust.
Yeah, a good bit of sand. Yeah. Awesome. Good. So, just for fun, we could have all four of you meet with Hazid. You catch up to Seraph and Atlas, and all four of you are going to meet with Hazid. So the question I have is, are you planning to go to Aegis's offices, which are not far from the spike, or do you want to reach out to Hazid to meet privately?
All of us bunched into the store, having a...
That would be hilarious.
Or just around the back of my uncle and aunts.
And what are we telling him, finding out from him?
I think because we wanted to talk to them about... Well, we wanted to get information from Aegis, specifically, wasn't it? That was...
It's good. It's good. Also, be fun to just go to Aegis' offices.
True.
Yeah, and that works fine. I just wanted to see what you guys thought was the more likely way of meeting up with Aegis and Hazid.
Well, if you guys have said like you're on your way there, then we would just
meet over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is it to the spike or?
Yeah,
I think me at the offices under the shadow of the spike. I think that would be fun. Cool. So you guys walk in, the four of you together. I love the like size difference. Like it's probably like Atlas, Seraph, probably Reverend Hazard, then like Anisha.
Yeah.
That's a big enough guy. He's 6'2" or 3.
Yep. And Anisha, she's just walking. It's not very tall at all. Yeah. And you guys get shoveled into a conference room. The conference room is nice, but it's government nice. So it's clean and well made, but no real bells and whistles whatsoever. And before
they refuse to waste taxpayer money.
Exactly. It's important. Yeah. Sorry, you were going to say something.
I was going to say, Anusha is just like, she's like tapping her knees and just willing herself not to tap into any electronics wise. She's had an incident where she did that before and got caught out. Well, actually, she's had lots of incidents where she's been caught out doing that, and she is. But yeah, she's obviously kind of just like an addict, just like
I think there's
fighting the urge.
When Atlas sees Armature being that fidgety, it'll probably be he'll just do a cautionary like, remember President Armature.
I refuse slippery slope arguments. Hacking one system is not going to turn me into a despot.
I mean, if you say so. Just
I do.
Just. Just look outside.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, as you guys have that quick conversation, Anisha, you receive a little text, and the text is from someone with the designation all caps HAXX, and it says, "I'm watching you."
Is there any can I backtrack that?
Yeah, it's coming from in the building. It has a signature of Aegis.
Yeah, I look to one of the security cameras. I'm not doing anything.
Door opens up and Azit will come in, and I mean, normally he doesn't walk around in his powered armor, but this is a comic book, so he comes in his powered armor, right? It's sort of those,
I mean, otherwise we just won't recognize him.
No,
That's how brain damage to your
and he's got the Aegis colors, so it's he comes in, he says, "Cousin, Guardians, you guys needed to meet. I assume this is a follow-up on the kaiju. First of all, Aegis offers you our thanks for the service you provided to Halcyon City in defending it."
Is this thanks just in words, or is there anything else connected to it?
Are you looking for a stipend?
Just ask.
Do you want to work for Aegis?
Yeah, right.
We're happy to continue working with Aegis. Thank you for your appreciation. Of course, there's just no way we would let kaiju romp through our city.
No.
Of course not. What can I offer you? What are you looking for?
Information at the moment.
All right.
We came back from an investigation under the former site of Castle Blackstone, and we found a very large portal device being powered by some very heavy-duty industrial batteries.
Yeah.
Which points to the kaiju attacks being part of some kind of plan. And in case you were worried about... Yes. There are actually a few fingers that I remanded to Aegis earlier today. You may have heard about.
Yes, they're being processed.
So, it gives you an idea of the size of the threat that we stopped. Just saying.
Yes, I also saw on the Halcyon City Herald's website and TV as well. I'm well aware of what we've faced, and I appreciate you reminding me. So you're saying that you found something, you found a portal. How can I help you figure out who made it?
Did you make it?
Of course not.
But did you?
Cousin. No.
Look,
Okay.
I'm just going past. I know that Armature didn't make it. So that leaves a few other people that's are more technologically inclined, like you,
Or the Hanover Institute.
or I don't know, Iron Flag, or
The Hanover Institute.
this does not seem like a nano thing. It's too big for a nano thing.
I mean, definitely was made with some unusual materials. Surely y'all keep a eye on things that come in and out of the city, stuff that'll come in through the ports and the airport.
Absolutely,
Oh.
we do.
Sure. Yes, were those batteries imported?
Tell me more about these batteries.
Well, supposedly were not sold to criminal organizations by Aegis classification.
All right. Tell me more about these batteries. What do you know about them?
There's large industrial, 3 of them.
Made by, and give the company name. Probably came in by sea.
All right. Let me see what I can find. And his little forearm thing pops open. He's got a little data port there. And he glances over at you. And
Also, if Hanover is in any way involved,
yes, those batteries were on a manifest that came in 6 weeks ago. And it appears that it was taken away by truck to Hanover Industries.
Well, I'm surprised.
Shocked, really.
I just said the name literally 2 seconds ago.
And I said it twice about a minute ago.
If my wings weren't balancing me out, I'd be on the floor right now.
I give a little glance to Hazard and just like, see.
And the batteries were reported stolen this morning.
This morning.
Yes.
And it takes that short a time to install 3 industrial batteries beneath the sea.
This installation took a while to build.
Okay.
I mean, it took a while for me and Sloth to take it apart, and taking apart is much easier than building.
All right.
It's possible that some devil's advocating here. It's possible that some group built up what was there first and put the batteries in last. That still actually makes it remarkably unusual that they could transport and install those batteries in less than a day without being seen.
It looks highly suspicious. I agree. Thank you for bringing me the information. I will make further inquiries, and we'll send a team to Hanover Industries to lock it down.
Inquiries and teams. All sounds very slow going.
All right. What are you proposing, Atlas?
A more direct method.
I mean, if we have to.
Egg is allowing, of course.
So you would like for us to authorize you to shut Hanover Industries down?
They reported it stolen, right? And
correct.
This would fall as rather high tech, perhaps somewhat under Aegis's purview. Is that correct as well?
Correct.
Well, then you've been asked to come in to investigate. Can we not, as consultants, come in with your investigation team?
Let's see if you can persuade him.
Oh, shit.
Well, if someone else wants to do the role and the other people are helping, that's totally cool with me too. I think Atlas kind of was the first to make the
I
ask.
didn't take.
What?
I don't have a tie with him.
Wow, that,
Wow.
He is my cousin, and I do not have a tie.
and that's why you're not on his Christmas card list.
Yeah. Can I choose to take it? I think I've got space because my personal assistant is basically an extra slot.
Sure.
I think it's like annoying little sister type role.
Okay.
That's your brother?
No, cousin. He's he is the son of the aunt and uncle of that store.
Oh, okay.
Also, he's Iron Man. I mean,
Yeah.
Technically, a war machine, but you know.
yeah.
I mean, he is smart, but he built his suit from the remains of his alternative reality version. Evil, or not kind of evil, alternative reality version of himself.
Yes, he did.
When the suit got left behind. So,
He
you
did.
know, you know,
His military
he
training.
traced somebody else's work.
Yes. He rebuilt and took over, and he made things.
Yeah, no, it's it's okay work. I'm sure I'll admit it's reasonable. It's competent.
Damning with faint praise.
Yeah.
It's competent. Harsh. All right, let's see it.
So since I've got a tire, should I do the honors?
You guys tell me who's leading the role. I'm totally cool with whomever you choose.
I mean, I can. I mean, I think you might play the aunt and uncle card. You know, trick someone is doubts. Oof.
I think it's persuade.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's persuade.
Persuade, yeah.
It was trick. I'd have done it.
Well, it's a flat roll, so.
Yeah,
But with the tie, so +1.
there you go. +1. Awesome. It's gonna be great.
I got 12.
Wow.
Like
That is spectacular.
I mean, I can always go. You know, we talked about Ramesh and Benita. You know they'll take my side on this.
You're not overburdened, are you?
he's not.
No,
Okay.
He's not over trusted. He's a -1 trust,
Yeah.
or armature is.
I mean, you'll completely help me. You'll
Okay.
keep hearing from them.
No,
They'll bug you.
you can lay off the guilt. I mean, if we want to have that guilt, they called me after being stuck there for 2 days during lockdown. But let's let that go. Let's let that go.
I'm in their good books now. I made them a door. I stole the door.
Let's go to Hanover. Cool. And then he'll head out to inform his superiors that you guys are headed to Hanover Industries. Do we kind of cut to you guys arriving?
Seems like a good time for a wipe.
Sweet. Yeah, so you guys have to cross over the South River through city center to the Wading River, and up on the north is Hanover Institute of Technology. Yeah, so I think would offer to kind of drive you guys? Imagine he's got access to kind of a SWAT van style vehicle.
Something that fits an Atlas.
That's
Yeah,
why
we
I
need
was
to get
like,
you one of these, Atlas.
yeah. I think who's driving would say, well, if you want to work for Aegis, we can definitely provide you with one of these vehicles, Atlas.
Yeah, no. Too much desk job.
You'd be surprised. You guys come over the bridge over the Wading River and come bearing down on the Hanover Institute of Technology, which is this gleaming like campus, right? Very Apple inspired. And as you guys are headed in to get kind of head in and park in the parking garage, that's a subterranean parking garage, wave in. He identifies himself as Hazit from Aegis, and the guard waves him through. You head down into the parking garage, and this is the same parking garage where you guys had some pretty hellacious fights, if you remember, back in Masks days. You know that they have Mecha on site for security, and as you guys are driving into park, you see, sure enough, is Farouk in his more advanced than Hazit's mechanized suit, as well as Manicius, followed by Dr. Solace. All three of them come out to greet you guys, as it were. And I know it's a little bit on the early side, perhaps, but I think maybe that's where we will end things. We'll pick up with that in 3 weeks.
That's a terrible cliffhanger.
I know.
Do we get like the mirrored scene of both lineups?
Squad v squad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Minucius, Atlas, Hazit,
Farouk. Yeah, I love it. That would be awesome. Cool. So that is where we will end this this particular session. We've got some end of session fun stuff to do, friends. And let's see here. So, the end of session, take a moment to reflect on how the events of the game went. Yeah, Solace facing off with Anisha for sure.
Can there be a company lawyer representative?
Yes. Oh no, Liz. No. Elizabeth LeBlanc is the lawyer for them. That's totally a thing. I'm saying it now so that my future self will remember this while watching this. Company lawyer is Elizabeth LeBlanc. Okay. There won't be fighting, but with her, she'll just run and hide because she's not dumb. At the end of the session, take a moment to reflect on how the events of the game went and what big changes happened or seem to be on their way. Choose someone you're tied with and ask them one of 3 questions. Who'd like to go first?
And everyone is quiet.
This is how I make people quiet. I ask them to go.
Yes.
Reverend Hazard, how did I affect you this session?
I think there was, first off, that Hazard really appreciated you coming to him for advice. That made him feel useful and like a part of the team. And then you kind of showing sympathy for what he goes through. I think that there was this real feeling of, we're very different people, but there's a lot that puts us together. And that's not exactly how I feel with the rest of the team. I feel like we really, from Hazard's point of view, that we really became a closer duo. Because while, he really cares about Atlas and there's this kind of, known him forever and I've kind of paternal feeling. And with Seraph, there's things I think we share from opposite sides of the coin. There's no one that quite melds those two things together, and I think that was nice to see between us.
And you get to shift one of my tracks. Yes, that's right.
So I am going to...
I have a confidence of 1 and a trust of -1.
I think I'm going to take your trust up, because that seemed trusty.
Yep. I get a flat. There we go.
Very cool. Thank you, Alex. I'd like to go next.
I'll go. Seraph.
Yeah.
How did I affect you this session?
It's nice to have a sarcasm partner. Because, like, people still don't get it when I'm being sarcastic with them, but I still feel the camaraderie of doing that with somebody.
Nice.
So that was fun. Any other ways that Atlas really affected me this session? It was nice to just talk on the way over to Aegis the Spike or their offices or wherever.
Yes.
And just sort of have out some of our insecurities. So it feels good to be heard. So I guess it's kind of the same thing twice, but once frivolously and once seriously.
You get to...
I get to nudge your stuff. Gonna bump your confidence down to 2 and try to nudge you out of the danger zone there.
I don't think anyone has rolled a 12 plus yet.
They have. But...
I have, but not while in an overstate.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I mean, man.
Yeah.
Well, still, I'm trying to help.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was supposed to get overburdened, but I forgot to bring it up.
Dang it.
Yeah.
My bad, too. I got to do better. Thank you, Jan. Who's next? Jen or Tyler?
I'll go.
Right.
I thought I had really good scenes with both Jen and you, Alex, but I feel like Jen, I ask you all the time and put you on the spot. So I think I'll get Alex. How did I affect Armature this time?
I think. I mean, she kind of hinted at it, but yeah, you kind of gave her the excuse. But also kind of saw it from her point of view, not just... She didn't feel judged by the direction she wanted to go, I think is a nicer way of putting it. Yeah. You didn't you didn't bring judgment to her line of inquiry, her thoughts, which I don't think it's a bad thing that people bring judgment to some of her lines of thoughts, but, it's nice not to have that. Yeah.
Cool. And you get to shift mine.
I think I might do the... I mean, it might not help you, because I think you've got some weird moves, but I think your trust is going to go up.
Alrighty.
Or maybe would it go down? Actually, I think I'm going to put it down because the whole not judging possibly really bad ideas.
Okay. showing my shadierness.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Awesome. And then last is Jen.
All right. Let's see here. I lost it. All right, Rev, how'd my actions affect you this session?
I loved our car buying scene. I just thought it was phenomenal. And I think that, because I've already kind of thought on this, I feel like that it really humanized what I had thought of Seraph. I have seen you as team leader. I've seen you as this semi-divine power. But just hanging with you was really, really nice. And I think that, you know, it made Hori feel like, okay, we may have our problems. I may be getting her into trouble. She may not be delighted with my associates. But we're still friends, and we're still doing things that friends do.
Right.
And
getting that ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And I shift you. God, I hate to shove your trust up even higher. Let's go with confidence up.
Sure. Boop. Done.
Nice. Good work, everybody. Let's circle back around and make sure that we haven't missed any XP triggers, because I bet we may have. Let's see. Armature. When you engage with your flair for genius in service of your heroics, gain 1 XP.
I think I did that. I mean, I did hacking while on a big spinning disc underwater.
That was pretty big. So let's get that. When you absolutely fail at some ordinary interpersonal interaction, gain 1 XP. I want to say yes. I think there was some definite failure with your aunt and uncle, and kind of failed to be brave around Nada there. So yeah.
She floated probes at the PR guy at the company.
Yeah, that's a failure. All right, so there you go, 2 XP. Atlas, when you embrace your changes in service of your heroics, gain 1 XP. What do you think?
Yeah, I think throwing himself in front of laser fire.
Yeah, just knowing I can take it and having that confidence. I think so too. When you suffer from prejudices that your teammates do not, gain 1 XP.
Not sure if there was any of that this session.
No. I gotta find ways to hit that one. I really do. Okay. Seraph, when you commit to something that looks impossible, gain 1 XP.
I mean, stopping the giant gyroscope with my friggin' hands?
I think so. Go for it.
All right, cool.
When you had to, didn't you have to use, there's always a way to power it, if I remember correctly? So that sounds like it would have been pretty darn impossible. When you lend your power to a person or cause that has none, gain 1 XP.
Buying a car?
No. I don't think any power was used there.
No.
Convincing the team to do this thing for your mom?
Meh? Sure.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Reverend Hazard, when you resist the temptation to do something corrupt, I did not tempt you too much this time. I mean, you willfully went for a thing and failed terribly. I should have given you some kind of corrupt option. Dang it. Fooey on me.
Yeah, I haven't hit that temptation.
You confront a villain who used to be an ally of yours.
Didn't really confront a villain either.
I don't know. Like, I think Delmuth. Like, even though it's a hard move for me, and it's a little bit of a double dip because you're getting XP on the move, the fact that Delmuth gave you lip and also has reminded you of the thing you've got to do. What do you think?
Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know if I confronted him. I mean, it was a harsh.
You were confronted by.
Yeah, true. I mean, because I figure I can't try and use my mastery of demons at the moment the door's closed. I have a thing coming up, hopefully, where I go and set up this meeting that I think will work out for hitting that, but I don't see it this time.
Okay, cool. All right, well, stars and wishes, friends, and then I'll let you out of here. Let's go in the same order that we did all of the previous stuff. So, Alex, 2 stars and a wish.
All the NPCs that we got to have. Like, you know, I really enjoyed it. That includes specifics of like standouts from that would be definitely the car salesman. Like I said in the chat, I totally see both it being played again by John Goodman alongside Reverend Hazard's John Goodman molded look. You know, a little bit of CGI, blue screen wizardry. And just to the rest of the NPCs. Another star. I'll just that scene with the. Actually, no. Reverend Hazard. The scene that I had with the Reverend Hazard. The getting to kind of tie us together a bit more, and you know, I saw that there was we didn't have a meaty connection, so I'm very happy that we now do.
That was cool. That was really nice.
The wish. Well, before I get to the wish, I would just like to say I completely forgot I drew that character Hacksaw, or Hacks as he. And I was nice reminder seeing that little character because
I've wanted to use him for several games in a row. I'll actually add the whole or and let's Hacksaw. We'll just
because he was. Yeah, I think he was. Wasn't he from like before they solidified what the powers of the delinquent had? So I'm like, yes. oh, okay, the powers I plan to be a delinquent with are not in the playbook. So I'll change the character. I want to see Hasit and Ramesh and Benita in the same room.
Oh wow, that would be awesome.
My wish.
Okay, those are good. Jan.
So I think for my first star would definitely be like the first scene. Like we had a nice amount of scenes with other characters, and that's really established our characters, and I really like that. I really like where we end, facing off against, face to face to the Hanover Industry Institute people, and I wish I would have had a few more roles. I think I had 2.
Yeah, I saw that and actually said, "Oh, you should be the one who's doing this move," and then everybody else was like, "No, I want to do the move," and I was like, "I'm not going to fight for this." Like,
No, yeah.
it's definitely not a hill to die on. But yeah, I think there will be a bunch of moves. I think timing wise, if I could have sped things along, I was really enjoying these like scenes between you guys in pairs and stuff, and yeah, I had a couple of like bangs that I was going to throw on people, and I got caught up in just enjoying you guys together. So that's probably why you had a few less rolls. But thank you for that. Always keep me honest, Yana. There will be tons of rolls next time. Lots of stuff. It'll be fun. Good. Tyler.
Alrighty. Stars. I thought that the opening scene with the car thing was brilliant. Jen, you were, as I said before, I just thought that was a really sweet moment for us. Loved the car salesman. The whole vibe of that scene was just really, really nice. It was it felt very comic booky, where you see people, who have all of these massive things, but doing something normal. And that was just a good open. So, Rich, that was a really nice choice. And Jen, you're always spectacular, but that was just a really, really pretty scene, I thought. I also really enjoyed the scene with you, Alex, and your aunt and uncle. I just thought that was a wonderful scene. I loved them. I loved your awkwardness in it. I liked the kind of, the back and forth of, well, it's here to help you. And of course, we know. It was just, that was a really cool scene. And it informed a lot of the character and that relationship with them. And I just thought that was a lovely scene. That was really pretty. For wishes, my XP triggers are heavily GM dependent. So wishing to have those situations come up. There's not a ton I can do to face them myself. I mean, I could, try and frame up, but it would be me really forcing something in to put a temptation in front of myself. And then villains, of course, there isn't anything I could do much with that other than seeking them out, I suppose, which I could do. And I plan to do a little bit next time. So, but they are.
You got to do that meeting sometime.
Yeah. But they are very GM facing. So I wish to see them have that opportunity to key off some.
That's absolutely fair, and you're right. I'll be engaging that. Yep, there's some timing stuff in today's game that I think really worked against us, just from me like slow playing some stuff, and I'll address that. Cool, thank you very much, Tyler. I appreciate it. Jen, what roses and thorns do you have?
Sorry about that. Was taking a quick note down. Aren't we doing stars and wishes?
Sorry. My brain went to the default state. Stars and wishes. What stars and wishes do you have? Yay, stars and wishes.
Let's see here. I am continuing to enjoy Atlas's characterization.
Thank you.
That's going very well. I too loved the John Goodman off at the car dealership. That was fun. Truly, Revan Hazard amongst his own people. Do I mean Texans? Do I mean car salesmen? Who can say?
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes. Yeah, lots of great NPC work this session. I enjoyed Unisha's struggling with her ethical doubts and lack of fluency. That was quite good. I'd love to have a scene with Elizabeth next session. And I gotta say, she wouldn't be a lawyer for the Hanover Institute. We talked about this. They were cloning me.
You're right. Okay, I'll withdraw my really bad flash of insight. That's not,
X-Guard.
yeah, they were cloning her. Yeah, it's not good. That can't stand. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you for that reminder. Good. Anything else?
No,
Anything
just want to have a scene with Lisbeth. Actually
want
do the
you
thing.
to- Yes.
Other than mention, I text my wife that I'm alive.
She's got her own side comic of like just doing all this cool stuff and occasionally going, I see Seraph on TV.
Oh, you can buy a kaiju. That's bad.
Oh goodness, this is not what I signed up for. Yeah, I'll fix that. We will fix it for sure. Sweet. I have to say this was very fun. I really enjoyed the car salesman thing, and that was the one you handed me, guys. If you remember, you literally said do this, and that was Jen suggesting it, if I remember. So thank you. Those are good. Keep them coming. My best prep is listening to you. That's the thing I'm really good at. So we'll keep it up. Next week and the week after, we will be playing alternate games because this game don't go unless Jan is here to punch and mash things. And by Jan, I mean Atlas. Next week, we will be playing Zombie World, which unfortunately means that we don't have Jan along with us, but we'll work around it. We've got to play something. And
are we going to pick up?
Are we going to pick up what? Huh? What?
And in Zombie World.
Oh, yeah, we're going to pick up right where we were.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So be ready to maybe make a new character, Jen.
I know.
You're gonna
Whereas
have to...
I don't have anything to worry about.
Nothing at all. Yes, worry. Please worry. And then we'll have a conversation like either at the midpoint or at the end to see if we wanted to do Zombie World again or if that's the appropriate time to take a break. And if so, if we want to take a break from Zombie World because that chapter's done, then we will play something else the next week. I'm trying to keep that open because it might be a point where Zombie World feels like it's quote unquote done for us. I don't know. So just trying to keep it open. I can run Zombie World like all the time. It's really great and easy to run and super fun. Good. So thank you guys so much for playing and thanks for everybody who is watching. We will end the broadcast here. Have a good afternoon or evening.